Book Impressions, Stoner by John Williams, Part 2. There's a line in the book where he talks about Stoner looking at the university as a territory to be explored and not as potentialities which could or could not happen. And uh, I strongly believe in the same type of attitude. And then there's a further down in the book, this type of attitude, Masters calls it sort of a Quixotian attitude towards life. Like, forget it, dude. You think that there is something to be discovered here. There is nothing to be discovered. And I spoke in the first part of Book Impressions already about the misalignment of the academia. So Master certainly has a point, but I still wanted to say a few words about how I feel about the pursuit of knowledge. So the independent of academia, the individual pursuit of knowledge to me is related to Pascal's wager. And that is, look, I don't know if there is any purpose in gathering knowledge or not, any higher purpose or whatever, but I think just believing in it, believing in the purpose of knowledge, believing in the ability to improve and solve problems and make life better, believing in the multiplication throughout the multiverse, the David Deutsch approach towards epistemology, which is you find hard to verify explanations for phenomena in nature that then solidify themselves throughout the multiverse. And the reason they're hard to verify is because they're closer to the truth and they help us solve problems. They help us actually do things that improve our lives. So the end game of Prometheus is to improve the human condition. That's why, literature and engineering and science, to me, they're all the same thing. It's the human condition. On the one hand, we can approach the human condition through engineering and technology, and on the other hand, we can approach it through literature or the more complex human-centric understanding of life. But it's all the same purpose. And I think, again, fundamentally, whether this is a Quixotian endeavor, which kind of Don Quixote has this. I've never read the book actually, but it seems that the metaphor of Don Quixote is more of a in vain hamster that's turning on a wheel and not really getting anywhere. But he has a belief, he has a dream, and that's so powerful. It's like Pascal's wager. It's okay to believe in God, even if there's no God on the other hand. It doesn't matter. It's better to have a life of solidified belief, of hope, of energy coming from the divine, that we have the ability, we humans have the ability to imagine the divine. Whether it exists or not, it's not that important. The facts don't matter as much. What matters is what we believe in. What matters is what we can explain for ourselves. And maybe we can get closer to reality, or maybe not. So back to Stoner and his Quixotian approach towards science, I am with him on that. I believe science and academia and the life of knowledge creation is a territory to be explored, a territory to be filled with books and more buildings with books, or digital version of that. I think it's worth that is not a Don Quixotian endeavor. That is actually a beautiful endeavor.